Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go. Hello and welcome to the Snobcast movie cast for Film Snobs, something like that. Um, we're joined here with our friend Chadlee,
Hello.
friend of mine from film school and a collaborator of recent exciting projects. And today we're just gonna be chatting some Last of Us and some Oscars. But like I said, I think if you guys have seen anything interesting in like the last week or so, maybe we should just get going on that. Charlie, do you want to start us off there?
The only thing I've seen that's not related to the Oscars or Last of Us was Ryan Johnson's new TV show,
Oh, the
Poker
poker face.
Face. Yeah.
Well, the what?
How was
Um,
that?
Very solid so far. Very like retro kind of mystery of the week. Reminds me of Quantum Leap. That's the like it's a very dumb. I know that's not like the
That's
same
like a
genre or
90s
anything.
kind of show, isn't it? Like 80s.
So yeah, kind of like this vague overarching like plot, but then each episode is its own self-contained story.
Um,
Natasha Lyonne is great, and like the guest stars are insane. Like Adrian Brody's in the first episode,
yes. It is.
um, and
Also,
like
sorry, I missed the name earlier. What did you say it was called?
it's called Poker Face.
Poker Face. Ryan Johnson.
Um, yeah,
Ryan
Yeah, it's
Murphy.
like a new
Right, not
series
bad.
he's doing. If you've
yeah,
been
it's
following his Instagram stories, you'll know.
I don't
he's the
follow him.
I don't stalk. Yeah, he's the creator and he's directed. I think every episode. It looks like a Ryan Johnson film as
I was
well.
just gonna say I saw the trailer for the first, or like a promo for the first episode. I was like, that looks like Ryan Johnson.
And I think the first episode is shot by, I might be wrong, I think it's shot by Steve Yedlin of Knives Out, Glass Onion. I think everything.
Yeah, I think he shoots everything with the same DOP.
The music's same guy, Nathan Johnson. Yeah, it's very much a Ryan Johnson like joint. But yeah,
Nice.
very fun. And Natasha's great. She's like obviously a inherently kind of funny person, with that like super distinctive voice. But then
Yeah.
she can also like bring like a real like emotion and empathy to everything, even if it's like kind of the story surrounding these murders are like always kind of silly, but it feels like
She grounds it.
she grounds it, and it feels like the right amount of like silliness versus like and yeah, the structure's like it's very like addictive to watch. I can't wait for the next few episodes. I think there's 4 out now.
Oh shit! I thought it was just the one.
Yeah, they released 4, and like the first one's basically like the setup for her, kind of the overarching plot, and then each other one is like a separate little story. Yeah, very fun. That's all I've seen, and then I watched Tar, which is
We'll get to that.
nominated.
to all of
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only Oscar-wise things that I haven't watched recently, I've watched The Menu twice now,
I watched that last night as well.
and then I also have I've been meaning to watch it for so long, and then I don't know. I finally got around to watching Gerald's Game, which I loved, like everything about that except for like the last fucking 20 minutes or something of it. But I don't know if I don't know if I should blame the book for that. Well, I guess not blame the book, but I guess the thing happens in the book, so it has to happen in the movie. But I could have done without the ending of that movie. But yeah, it's actually the first hour of that film is pretty fucking dope. I really like what they do.
Who made that again?
What's his name?
The
Midnight
Oreo
Mass
Cooking
guy.
King, yeah, Midnight Mass.
Mike Flanagan.
Oh, it's
Flanagan,
that
yeah.
thing. It's that thing. It's
Yeah.
that thing. Okay. I was thinking of
Yeah,
something.
very very cool and interesting movie, and they do some very interesting psychological kind of shit and how people deal with trauma and stuff. But yeah, it's just the last 20 minutes of the story. I'm like, nah, okay, why did we
It
have
gets
to
a
write
bit-
it like that?
It's a bit like I get it. The thing is like I agree with you, but I also like I felt something, so I'm not like mad about it. Like
Yeah, same. I'm not
You-
like mad.
yeah. because it's like she gets the main character like gets you kind of wanted to get that, but yeah, like, it feels a bit like
It's
cheesy,
just
for
so
lack of a better
jarring in
word.
how it goes, because initially
Yeah.
I was like, I like this idea, but I don't know, Kobus, you haven't seen it, right? Okay, but yeah, it's just
Nope.
that jarring thing of, I kind of enjoy it almost more if it was like death as this metaphor thing, instead of
Yeah.
then it playing out as like, oh no, it's this dude who's been going around doing
a
these
guy,
things.
yeah.
I'm like,
It's the
ah.
Twin Peaks guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Maybe
yeah,
if it
all.
was like a series or something, it might have
Yeah,
worked better.
yeah. But I
But
mean,
yeah,
like I said, like the first hour of that, there's like some really cool shit. I really like what they do, and I enjoyed it for the most part. It was just literally like I think 10 or 20 minutes at the end. But yeah,
Clovis, can
that's
I
all I
explain
saw.
the basic premise of Gerald's game to
Yes, please.
you?
Yes, please.
um, so
That's so confusing.
this husband and wife, it's like their anniversary, I think. So they go to like this cabin in like a remote area, like not a cabin, like a kind of holiday home.
Good
Um,
Airbnb
and
one.
then like, Airbnb thing, and then they want to like spice up their love life. So she gets like handcuffs. She gets handcuffed to the bed by her husband, and then they have sex, and then he dies of a heart attack,
And she's
and she
handcuffed.
can't
And he's
escape.
just there.
And she's just there, and there's no one
Yeah,
around except like a dog,
a
I
dog.
think.
It's like a stray dog who's
Yeah, not
quite
the
hungry and likes to
That's
eat pretty much
very,
anything.
very interesting premise.
Yeah.
So most of the movie is in one room, and her trying to like escape, while her husband like rots.
That's
Yeah,
And the
very
dog
interesting.
starts like eating away at that.
yeah, and yeah, and then she has like these dreams and flashbacks,
Yeah,
and we
and
kind
she
of
like
piece
throughout the film, she
together.
has like
Watch
she
list.
she Well, if are you gonna watch it? Because I don't want to say too much.
No, don't spoil it. I want to watch it. It
Okay,
sounds
yeah,
very
okay,
interesting.
cool. Yeah, I'll go for it then. But yeah, that was
Well,
the
I
log
mean,
line.
aside from that, you mentioned the menu. I also watched that last night. Thought it was pretty decent. I
Yeah,
liked it.
I enjoyed it.
It's very like it gets moving immediately. Like they really like
Yeah,
get into it immediately. And I remember like
Have you seen it, Chadley?
I've seen it, yeah,
Okay, I'll wait.
as well.
I remember like pausing at some point because the power was gonna come back on and we were on the Jenny. Um, but and then I saw there were 24 minutes left, and I was like, oh shit! It feels like there's supposed to be like an hour left. So it really
Yeah,
moves through. So I'll give them that. I wish I cared a bit more about Anya Taylor Joy's character. Like, let's say spoiler alert for the menu. At the end, when she escapes, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
She outsmarted him, I guess. But I don't really care about her as like a person.
I
I
mean,
think
I cared. I cared. Like I liked her, so I was like happy.
I
to
liked
see her,
her.
like get out.
I think that Ray Fiennes is like the one he's like the center of the film,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like he's not like a normal like villain. I mean, we find he's not really a villain even actually. Like they kind of deserved like to varying degrees. Like
yeah, like
to
I
varying
agree with
degrees.
most of them,
Yeah.
except I was like very uncertain just because he like the actor. I was like, it was only because he didn't enjoy a film that he was in. I was like, does that really justify
Yeah,
taking
that's
him out?
true.
Yeah.
But then I
That
did
was
like
funny
when he was
though.
like, so where did you study? And I think the girl's like brown. And he's
Yeah.
like, you have student loan. She's like, oh, he's like, you're dying.
Yeah,
And I
you
was
know.
like,
Yeah. The movie's was a lot more like just straight up comedic
Comical.
and
Yeah,
like
there was
cheeky than I thought it was gonna be,
funny
which I liked.
I
like
I
when they
remember when he started quoting Martin Luther King. I was
yeah,
like, did he just quote
that was so
Martin Luther
fucking
King?
funny.
And then the next line was, did he just quote Martin Luther King? I was like, right?
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
a
so
lot.
the one thing also about that is I didn't always like feel like I was constantly kind of waiting to see, okay, cool, like kind of what's happening with the next meal, like what's going to be the next thing, or like, you know, where's that story going? But there was also some things where I was like, okay, I kind of predicted that in like kind of the big moment in that film where I went like, I think I know what's going to happen was there's a line that he says to Anya's character where he's like, I haven't like longed to cook for someone in a very long time. So I was like, okay, this is going to be the Ratatouille moment, like.
Yeah.
She's gonna get into long, and then it was the photo of the burger, and I was like, she's gonna ask him to cook him a fucking burger. He's gonna cook her a burger because it's gonna take him back to like, oh, why he loved cooking in the first time.
Before
Kind of
she
thing. And I was
asked,
like,
when he asked, what would you like? I was also like, she's about to say fucking cheese.
yeah, but it was the
Yeah.
moment when he was like, I haven't longed to cook for someone. I was like, okay, I know exactly where this is gonna go. But I mean,
But I'm glad that
Also,
like
the
he
ending-
still kills everyone. Like, because I think a more like cowardly like way to do it would have been like she does that and then everyone survives.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
happy.
he was
about
just
that.
like, you got away, like you outsmarted me or whatever.
Yeah.
You played
I
the
just
game.
wish
It's
that
not
he-
even. It's just like you appeal to me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's enough. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously he had that whole thing of like the bottom feeder is like, are you a giver or a taker?
Yeah. They
So
both
she
come
was like
from like
smart enough to play on all those things and like, you know, find a way out. I will say both times after I watched that movie, I did go and buy myself a cheeseburger. Both times. But I actually had something to wash it down with though.
That's the only thing in that movie that looks good. Is that
Yeah, it looked amazing.
I mean, the other stuff looks beautiful, but yeah, the only thing that looks like I want to eat that right now, and that's gonna make me full. Nom, nom, nom.
The one thing I will say also about it is the ending felt very like they watched Midsummer and they wanted to do like
The music.
version.
Well,
It's done by it's the same composer as Hereditary.
Yeah, Colin Stetson, and it sounds like the ending of Hereditary a little bit, and it's the same vibe.
I
it's the
kept
same
saying
everything.
Midsummer, and then when I
It's
checked
both.
the
It's kind
composer,
of
I was
both.
like,
Like,
oh, okay, it's actually Hereditary. I was thinking of because it's very similar music.
like yeah, the like the sound of it is like Hereditary, and then the actual music sounds like Midsummer, and then the what's going on is like the Midsummer like cleansing with fire vibe, like which is interesting. But
when they like put the costumes on and stuff, it felt very like
yeah, it was beautiful though.
Chocolate,
and they show you
chocolate,
that shot from like above, and you like see that whole smear painting of food. It was
plating is perfect. And then if you guys have anything else to say about the menu?
I will say it's probably
Everything's
actually
been
one of
said.
my favorite Ralph Fiennes performances. I think he was really fucking great in that. Really good in that. Yeah. But no, that's
doesn't
it.
beat Voldy, but sure.
I also very much his mother's energy. I'm like very that. Just give me more wine because she's like, I'm gonna drink more.
The part where the guy shoots himself was quite jarring.
Jeremy's the mess.
Shit, we're doing this. Because I thought that because he like comes in there and he's like very miserable, and I thought that was like set up like, oh, this is gonna play out over the course of the film how miserable this guy is, and then he just shoots himself.
And it's like fairly early in the movie also.
Yeah, it's like the third course, fourth course.
It's the third course.
It's the first big thing that happens. But anyway, moving on from the menu, I also just wanted to say I watched Bicycle Thieves finally last night.
Never seen it.
I'm not going to say anything about it other than it deserves the reputation it has, and it broke my heart.
Oh, I've not seen it either, so
it's highly recommend.
I can see Kobus recommending this to me on a future episode.
Let's see. Now I have to like get the real big stuff in for this with you, like Tarkovsky.
Oh yeah, shit, that needs to happen.
Okay, well, in that case, I guess we can move on to the big series that premiered recently.
The new epi tonight.
Yes, so The Last of Us. What did you guys think? First episode, second episode. What are you guys feeling so far? I know, Chadlee, you didn't play the game, so
I'd be keen to hear what you think first.
Okay, so just very basically, I think the second episode is a big improvement, like compared to the first one. I think it's just better, like paced, better written. I think they just had to stuff so much into episode one that it's kind of it's not bad, obviously, but it
gets
second
you
one
wanting
felt
to watch
like,
the show, but it's like a bit bloated.
It's somehow bloated, but also like I needed more, like in it at the same time.
Because it's like the real story like begins right at the end of the episode.
When they leave, so it could have lost like 20 minutes or something. But yeah, like the second episode, like that opening bit, I'm really enjoying. Like I hope they continue that with kind of these like
the past flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah,
really good.
Kind of flashbacks just to like random points in the history of this like fungal spread, whatever.
Yeah, I hope that's not just like a 1 or 2 episode thing.
I think it'd be weird if they just stopped doing
I think they're gonna continue with that because
it feels like a consistent, like this is the opening of every episode.
Yeah.
That
was actually like legitimately that was like I was gonna say that was like legitimately scary. I think just her like seeing it through her performance and like it felt like real. Like it felt like I'm sure it like that's the process with actual diseases and like clearly feels
like one person comes in and realizes how fucked everything is.
Yeah. And it's like very mundane and whatever until you see like the whatever those things are. Little 10 little
Which aren't in the
tendrils, yeah.
games, by the
which
way.
aren't in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, and something I really liked. This is so like nerdy and stupid, but like the explanation of like the fungal like network
Cordyceps,
basically.
yeah.
So like which is like a real thing with like mushrooms, like being able to like kind of communicate with like this widespread network. They did that in the Star Trek TV show as well.
They also
But it
do
was
it
in
in
space,
Days Gone, which is another survival horror zombie game.
Except no one likes that one.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
What I heard.
We spent like
and
$60
Ellie
in that.
Ellie's great. In the first episode, I was a bit unsure because
Yeah, there's
she was
not a
very
lot
like
of her in the first episode.
yeah, she was very like precocious child Disney movie vibes. But then in this one, I really like
The
her.
scene where they're like walking into the water and she's
water,
like excited about the hotel and everything. I was like, okay, this is giving major Ellie vibes.
Yeah, that was cute. And then also the contrast when things go wrong, in that moment. Yeah. And then Anatov, R.I.P. Anatov.
Yeah, R.I.P. Tess.
She's such a
Which
good
is
actress.
also-
and they just fucking killed her.
That scene also plays out quite differently. Like at the same time, very similar, like aesthetically, but like in the game, it's like
Does she like
coming
fight
after
people
them.
off?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
it's not zombie. Well, infected, whatever. They don't like us saying zombies. It's like James Cameron with his whales. But in the game, it's like Fedra agents.
Oh, okay.
But I think they wanted to incorporate like showing the audience this network.
Yeah, how this whole kind of hive almost works.
And it does kind of make more sense that, like, why would Fedra be all the way out there at that point?
Yeah. I really love the like those changes that they made, like when that, because I obviously like leading up to this, because I was like super invested in it, so I've like basically read as much as I could that Neil Druckmann like spoke about.
Yeah, we're both like huge fans of the game.
Yeah.
Like,
so I knew, like they said from the beginning, like it's like it's a faithful adaptation, but with changes that they thought would like just work and be necessary. And the one thing that works great is obviously with the game, you're only stuck in, except for like playing as Sarah in the beginning, you are always just stuck with either Joel or Ellie's perspective. Well, in the first game, Joel's perspective. So the nice thing about the TV show is they don't have to stick to that, so they can like show us things from the past, and it's not like some documents or recordings I have to go and listen to in a game to piece the story together. Now I can actually get like these flashbacks and kind of see where that goes. I love that change they made.
Everything they've added so far, including the tendrils, feels like it enriches the world of the game instead of like takes away from it. I will say, and this is something that I've mentioned to both of you repeatedly in private, just individually, I am still not like, I think the writing is great. I think the performances is great, the tone, everything. I am not sold on the style of how they're shooting it. Like, for years now, I've been imagining in my head, and now I'm being like a Star Wars fanboy who doesn't get the movie he wants. But for years, I've been imagining this game as an adaptation, and I've always seen it as like very cinematic, with like a very like traditionally cinematic style, like Steadicam, and not Steadicam, but you know what I mean, like composed, considered shots, and the whole show, with very few exceptions, feels handheld and like on the ground and very like rough. And I get why they're doing that, but I feel like they're missing a lot of opportunity to do some very cool filmmaking stuff.
Yeah, I think it was distracting, like in the first episode, definitely. I obviously didn't have like any real expectations, but yeah, I'm fine with handheld. I just like, I think not
Me
all
too.
the time. Like
Exactly. like it's like 95% handheld.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's like a rough. Sometimes it's a rough
like,
handheld.
So I've been like very happy with how everything has been like looking and feeling.
Everything else about it
that's
though,
the
like
one thing I think they can improve. Sorry,
like
Jamie.
the lighting and the color like looks
That's
great to
great.
me. Some of the effects are like TV show, like the backgrounds or whatever. It's not like Star Wars, like. But then again, it's all fucking like post-apocalyptic city. What are you gonna do? Like, and it's also very. It needs to look.
Okay, that's blue screen.
Yeah. When they're like on the roof. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are they supposed to like blow up? Chicago or
Yeah.
And have a
whatever.
building fall over.
Well, yeah,
They're
because it's
not
a very
supposed to promote.
specific like. It's not like like generic like apocalyptic where it's just like the same city basically, but it's like brown.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like two intersecting buildings, like
Exactly. Yeah.
which
It's
is
like
like I
very
think
similar.
that's like straight from the game, right? That's like
Yeah.
yeah. So
It looks very similar. And
um
like the Capitol building where Tess dies, that's one of the few. There's like a really nice crane shot that comes down from the building
yeah,
and then into them. And I was like,
yeah, but the explosion.
she's about to die because it looks exactly like the building in the game.
I really
Um,
wish we got like one more episode or something with her.
I was thinking they
But
would like
yeah,
my friend, our mutual um, collaborator Jason told me that he thinks she's gonna die in the second one. And I was like, I hope they like keep her around for like at least till episode 3.
yeah, but she had to
I'm
go.
Because then I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, but then they would have had to drag out
Yeah, that's
so
true.
much. I guess essentially like there's a whole section in the game with them where they're like in a fucking crumbled down fallen building where they're kind of going up and down levels, and that's obviously a bunch of gameplay stuff. But I guess essentially if you had to do that third episode, you could, I guess, throw another building they had to navigate through and I guess do some more character development. But yeah,
No, but I'm happy with how it is. I'm not like
Same, yeah.
against it. She served her purpose. She has a very specific
Yeah.
purpose in the story.
Um,
She
Yo, I must say I'm also happy that, so I know with like, besides obviously a bunch of like background things, like the amount of stuff that they did do practically, I'm like super happy with, like the
the
clickers,
clickers, yeah.
which also they got the actors in who did the actual clicker movement from the games. Marlene to that was first episode, right? They show us Marlene.
Yeah, she's the only like cast member from the game.
She's the same actress who played Marlene in the game, so that was pretty cool. Just like these little things. Also, Tessa's lighter is the lighter from Uncharted, so they're throwing their own little game studio nod in there.
I
Yeah,
didn't notice that.
I know things.
I've only played on the one Uncharted game. So.
Yeah, no, it's I must say, like, also from just the gaming perspective, I've been enjoying like the little Easter eggs they've been throwing around.
Hey, well, yeah, I'm pretty excited for tonight's episode. That's the most important thing, the fact that I want to watch more of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's now my Monday night tradition
Same.
thing, because I'm not watching
Same.
it at Monday at 3 a.m. But yeah.
No, same. Okay, well then, in other news, Oscar nominations came out. I guess what we'll do is we'll just go through each category, and then I just like to hear what you guys think of the category itself, whether they are snubs, whether it's completely bullshit, or kind of okay, or somewhere in the middle. So,
I'll answer where I can, or where I feel I have the knowledge to answer about what I can.
I mean, I
shouldn't
think
give
we
anything.
all have gaps.
Yeah.
We do live in South Africa. So there's
Yeah.
some stuff that we literally can't watch, and then some stuff that we just haven't gotten around to. But I think between the three of us, we can cover most of it.
We can also talk mostly about the same film, so
Yeah.
there's that. Must I share that little ballot here for you?
Please.
Let me just open the bitch here. Come on then. Where's oh, there.
Classic snobcast technical difficulties. Thank you, Letterboxd, for our lovely ballot.
No, yeah, thanks.
All right, so shall we just start at the beginning? Actor in a leading role. What do you guys think?
This is one of those categories where I've seen one of these films.
Banshees.
I've seen Banshees, and
I've seen two
yeah.
of them.
Same.
Yeah, so I'll leave it up to you guys. I will just say that should I say my predictions and shit?
Yeah.
Or I think this is gonna go to The Whale. Like, I think that's the Oscar vibe that I'm getting, and also just the culture around Brendan Fraser right now, and like all of that. But also,
Renaissance.
this kind of like
Renaissance.
Renaissance. This kind of like role where you like de-glam and whatever is very like Oscar. I want to say Oscar bait, but like
And also where you like put a bunch of prosthetics on.
put a bunch of prosthetics, like what is it, Vice as well, like
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that
Like here's a movie with an actor doing a massive
that Churchill
transformation.
movie.
yeah, and it also like the subject matter, just everything. It feels like it's gonna go to that. I really like Colin Farrell in Banshees. He was very cute, but I don't think that it really works for this category. I don't fucking know about Elvis. Apparently, Austin Butler can't stop speaking like Elvis for the rest of his life now. That's what I
I saw a
heard.
video or something where they showed how what he sounded like 2 or 3 years ago, and then like what he sounds like now. And there's definitely a change. But shame, he also did like, it's like, dude, when you sit in a character for that long, I mean, I don't know how long they were preparing, filming and stuff, but he's like probably a part of that, because I guess
Stays
you
with
like
you.
a habit or a rhythm of it. I guess a part of that is going to stay with you.
It's so
He
funny
gives
that
me,
it's
like,
Elvis.
He gives me
This
like
was-
super 90s movie star vibes. Like,
Yeah, he was like
he
a MTV, like he was like a teen show.
No, yeah,
guy.
he's like on Disney Channel and shit.
Yeah. Um.
But now he has
Uh,
that like 90s Brad Pitt glamour
Yeah.
vibe.
Haven't seen Living. I mean, I
All
guess.
of our monos represent.
Yeah. our only representation
Yeah.
on a South African film. I think I personally would want it to go to Paul Mescal, even though I haven't seen After Sun. I've just heard universally good things.
So what I'll say about this category is, I wanted my pick is Paul Mescal by far. He's incredible in that movie. It's not gonna go to it.
You ended up watching
he was
Elvis the
just-
other night, right?
Hey?
You saw Elvis the other night. You watched it.
No, I didn't. I
Oh.
was going to, but
Because I remember you mentioned me like, what? I have to watch this for 3 hours.
yeah, I saw it was 3 hours, and then I was like, no, I'm not doing this today.
Also, 3 hours to me is now very precious because I only have power for so long. So for me to not
Exactly.
dedicate
Yeah.
3 hours of my power life
It's Elvis.
To Elvis.
But I
If
do
it was
really
like
do want
3
to watch
hours
it,
of
but,
something else, sure.
Yeah,
But,
I really do want to, but yeah, I haven't yet.
So my theory is everyone's going on about Brendan Fraser, but I think Austin Butler might come in and steal this.
Ooh. It is a music biopic. They love that shit.
So originally, my prediction was Brendan Fraser as well, but in the interest of keeping things interesting, I guess, I think Austin Butler might steal. So pick Paul Mescal, prediction Austin Butler.
Cool. I hope.
Picks and predictions.
Man?
Yeah.
Picks and predictions for you.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's difficult to get a full-blown idea. Like, I've seen 2 of these films, but I very much think it's going to be Brendan. Out of the 2 films I've seen, which was Banshees and After Sun, I was like, I wanted to go to Paul. Just in general, even...
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, I really love him. So, yeah, I think it's going to be Brendan. I would like it to go to Mr. Pascal. Ach, voordat my Pascal.
just say
Pascal.
Okay, cool. So that's actor in a leading role. Actor in a supporting role. Okay. I'll just kick us off here and say we all know what's going to happen in this category. And I think we're all happy about it. So I'm just going to say pick Ki Hui Kwan, prediction Ki Hui Kwan.
I'm not on the same, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Um,
I think this might go to Brendan Gleeson. I also haven't seen Causeway, haven't seen Fableman. But yeah, I also would like it to go to Brendan Gleeson or Kobus, say his name for me, please. Everything everywhere all at once. Yeah, I'm fine with that or Brendan Gleeson. I feel like Brendan did a lot in Banshees, like just
I would be
Yeah.
happy with either Barry Keoghan, Ki Hui Kwan, or Brendan Gleeson. But I personally just wanted to go to Ki Hui Kwan. I adore his performance in that movie. And I think there's also, in terms of my prediction, I think there's also just a lot of momentum behind that. So I think that's what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be key, but yeah, I spoke to you about this because I would really love to see this go to Barry actually. I like
I wouldn't be upset about that. I love
I
it.
absolutely like I've always really loved him, but his performance in Banshees to me was like
Here's my
so
thing
good.
though.
It was like I don't know, it was like these little nuanced things that he had, like I don't know, it just felt almost
Yeah, he's great.
so
He's been
well
great in
layered in
everything
his
I've ever seen.
performance of that. And shame if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
But
really wanted to go to Barry, but I think he's gonna take it, and I won't be mad at all about that if it goes to Key. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'd be so happy for him
here's
as
my
Key.
feeling about this is knowing Hollywood, I feel like Ke Huy Quan's chance to get an Oscar is now. Like, I don't know how
Mm.
soon he'll get another nomination. Whereas Barry Keoghan or Brendan Gleeson might very well get another because they work with like these prestige people all the time.
Yeah.
So just in my heart, I'm like, if this is the only chance, then I would want it to be. Oh, and I just wanted to mention Judd Hirsch he's in like one scene of The Fablemans, but he steals the show. So I get it.
Was Jad the grandfather? I'm sometimes
The
bad with
uncle,
names. The uncle, I
the
mean, yeah. Oh
uncle
yeah, he
comes
was
in.
amazing in that.
He
I feel
really
like I
and
also saw him in
his
something
part
else
is
last year,
also
which was
like
so great.
his part is also like very like kind of sets up the point of the film. Like the things he says, the things he comes in and says to Sammy Fableman is very like this is like the movie talking right now, like telling you what it wants you to take away from it. Maybe he like comes and shakes up that character in a very profound way. So yeah, I'm happy with that. If you guys have anything else to say about supporting role, cool.
No,
Then it's
all
actress in a leading role. This category is stacked. So I'll open up the floor to you guys.
Okay. I don't know what To Leslie is. It seems like nobody knows what To
No one
Leslie
does.
is.
It's a controversy.
Oh, I just yeah, I
Yeah.
read stuff about this on Twitter like yesterday or something. I was like, firstly, I don't know what's going on here, but like,
Yeah, there's
is
all
there
like
is there
investigation.
issues with it where people are like the
So
like
it was basically
she shouldn't have been nominated, and it's
There
just
was like
been
a non-existent Oscar campaign, and then like 2 weeks before the nomination, celebrities started pushing for it.
yeah.
so it's
So
very
it's kind
okay.
of inorganic, like
It feels like an inner circle kind of
Yeah, that's what I kind of read.
industry
They say it's like an
plant.
inner circle thing.
which I'm sure she gives a great performance. Andrea Riseborough is an amazing actress,
Yeah.
but it does feel weird.
From what I've read, like the movie is like mid, and then she's good.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
I
so
heard something about
fucking
this
random.
classic like '90s film woman trying to figure herself out kind of a thing, which isn't bad in any sense, but yeah, it's also
Feels
not
a bit dated.
too much to yeah, it's a bit dated, not too much to write home about.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you
Um,
guys have picks and predictions for this? I think we're all pretty happy with the category in general, aside from Andrea Riseborough. I know I haven't seen Blonde,
Me neither.
and I know you
James.
said you saw Tar now recently, so I'm thinking Kate Blanchett is my pick and prediction.
My pick. I have two picks actually because I couldn't decide, but
Okay, yeah, it's a
picked
stacked category.
I picked Kate and Michelle Yeoh. And my prediction is also Michelle Yeoh. Maybe.
I think that's a strong prediction.
It's a
but
strong
but
prediction.
but it
Pretty
could
much
also
between the two of them.
but yeah, it could also be Kate. Their performances are so completely different though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just whatever the vibe is at the Oscars, like.
Yeah, I think those are the only like it's gonna be one of them.
Yeah.
And I know Olmar and I both have a big affection for Michelle Williams' performance in The Fair Woman. She's very, 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 very good in that, but I just don't think it's
Yeah. Yeah, I predict that it's probably gonna be Kate. I do think Michelle's a very strong prediction. I think it's probably gonna be Kate, but I really want I was sitting with this for so long and I was like I can't decide, but I really do want Michelle to take it. There was
Which
just
one?
Michelle Williams. Oh yeah, sorry, Michelle Williams. Just her performance to me was just really, really
Very magical.
magical. Like it was, I just got chills even thinking about.
She's like the heart of that movie.
Yeah. I just really, it's like Kate's performance is so good, but if I have to think about one that really sticks in my head that I just like really felt moved by and stuff, I would say Michelle Williams. Like that would be my personal pick.
So your pick is Michelle Williams. Your prediction is Kate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still going Kate. I think she's absolutely. I think you were right saying Michelle Yeoh. Both of you were right saying Michelle Yeoh is like the second choice to steal it. But Kate Blanchett's performance in Tar is like one of those, like the one every year that like the performance that everyone is talking about. Like they're almost talking more about her than they are about the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I'm leaning that way. Okay, cool. Actress in a supporting role. I'm pretty bad with it. I haven't seen Black Panther or The Whale, obviously. My pick is Kerry Condon. My prediction is Kerry Condon.
My pick is also Kerry Condon. She was amazing. My prediction is Angela Bassett because it feels like one of those It feels like one of those Oscars that's like kind of making up for the lack of recognition in the past. But she was good in Black Panther. It's just like the movie is whatever.
Yeah, when I saw Angela Bassett like being, I haven't seen Black Panther sequel, but Wakanda Forever, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very happy to see her nominated. I think she's like a great actress. I was like, oh, I'm like super happy for her. But out of this list, I also went with Kerry. Probably I think as my prediction and my pick, yeah, as my pick and I think prediction as well. I think Kerry.
She's getting buzz, man. She's getting like people who are talking about Banshees are talking about Kerry Condon. Like that's
so yeah, Kerry would be my pick and prediction, but I will also say like I think there's a strong possibility it could be Angela, even though I haven't seen the film yet.
Just like the actress in the leading role category, I think we have two very strong, like it's either going to be one of these.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Hsu, love you guys. Great performances. That it's not going to happen.
I was thinking about Stephanie for a few seconds. I was like great, but I was like, I don't think so. And I think, yeah, no, it won't be. I don't think it'll be either Jamie or Stephanie. Yeah, I think it's definitely either Kerry or Angela. Also, I obviously haven't watched The Whale, but.
All right, so Hong Chau, she was in the menu.
She's in. I think she's in Poker Face. Pretty sure. As well.
Cool. She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was great in the menu.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Yes, chef. But yeah, okay, so the next one, animated feature film.
Okay.
I think this is another. I'll just kick us off and say there's no way this is going to anything but Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
It's the Oscar choice, you know. It's got too much prestige behind it, and it so happens to be an incredible film.
I will say I'm just like jumping in here. I also think it's the obvious choice, and it's probably gonna go for that. This, I must say, is like one of the years where I'm like so happy with the full list of animated features. CB's being the only thing I haven't. Yeah, CB's being the only thing that I haven't seen yet.
But looks good.
But this full list, I'm like so happy with. Like in the past, there's been like things nominated where I'm like, I don't know, and even things that I've won where I was like, I don't agree at all. I'm looking.
I just know the year I Lost My Body didn't win. I was very upset.
I think the same year as Encanto was Mitchells and Machines, which I still to this day think should have won. But anyways, I think it's a great.
I know this is like your category. You the animation guy around here.
Also the thing
Puss in Boots: Last Wish. You saw that, right?
Dude, I'm so happy. Like you need to watch it. Like they did a really good job. Like it really, they had a very great, memorable villain. They had like a beautifully emotional story. The animation was great. How it kind of not jumps between animations, but kind of does. In a certain sense, it's a great list, but I agree. I think Pinocchio is going to take it which I think deservedly so. The only thing I didn't like about that film was the music, but everything else is like top tier.
I'm gonna go prediction Pinocchio, and for this one, my pick is hard because I love Marcel the
Oh,
Shell,
dude, all the
but I
feels.
also love Pinocchio. Um,
I'll also go.
I've
I'm
seen
gonna
one of
go.
these.
I'm gonna go pick Marcel the Shell prediction here.
I I went Pinocchio, Pinocchio. I've not even seen it. I've only seen Turning Red, which I don't think is.
No, I don't think I'll win.
It's fine.
I liked it, but
yeah,
I haven't even seen Sea Beast, but I'm probably like Turning Red would probably be the weakest on the list, just because
I
I've
think
heard
you
a
would
bunch of
really
great
like
stuff.
Marcel the Shell, Chadlee.
I want to see
I
it,
need
and
to
I
see it.
think that if Pinocchio doesn't win, that should win, just so that
Yeah,
just for like
Same.
smaller, like
that's
like
why
a
it's my pick,
independent,
because
like
I really love Pinocchio as well. I think it's a really, really, really great film. But Marcel the Shell is like a much more like smaller. It needs it more.
I feel like we even now need to establish that when we do call it, we have to say Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, just because there was a
Yes.
Pinocchio film that came out, which I haven't watched, but I didn't see great things about.
Yeah, and
well,
you're
two.
contractually obligated to call it Guillermo del
Guillermo del
Toro's
Toro's Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It was just
He's
great. They
reached
also
that point of his
they,
career.
he just also like made like great creative choices and things in terms of writing
Amazing.
and everything. Like took a tale that a lot of us knew so well, and just the way he kind of changed that and reinvented that is like very good. Yeah.
I will also say, while we're on Pinocchio, this movie should have been nominated in more categories. This movie should have been nominated for production design,
I
should
would
have been
agree.
nominated for best cinematography and editing. Like, it's technically on a really insane level. Yeah, okay, cool. So now we can move on to the most whack category of all.
All right, let me scroll down.
The
Yeah,
one
this
that
is
really grinds my gears. So let's just talk about this category quick. What's going on here?
yeah, it's a bit
Like,
fucked up. Like
where's
it's a bit
Bob the Sun?
strange.
Where's Nope? Where?
Well, where's
Why
Nope
is
anyway?
You know me that I also wanted to see. I would have liked to see Banshees in there, but I know you don't agree necessarily, Kobe. And also
pretty
I only
landscape.
thought about this today, but also like, where's the Batman?
Right?
Hmm.
I mean, it's in some categories,
I
but
don't know,
I would
but-
have
but
actually also put
But
it
I'm
in
talking
cinematography.
about Cine. Like, I think even as like just in general, like camera language in that film, like it added to so much to that film, and it was really shot
mood.
beautifully, and the mood and everything. So I would have also actually nominated Batman for Cine, but yeah.
So, Empire of Light's there because Roger Deakins shot it. Let's be honest. I'm sure it's beautiful. I haven't seen it because it's not available yet. But I'm sure it's shot amazingly. But I mean, there's so many other options this year. All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't seen. Chadley, you and I were speaking about how it's upsetting how this movie wasn't an enemy until it got like
Yeah.
competitions, and now it's like I don't have
It is
any
actually
issue with this
everywhere.
movie, and now it's like why? So yeah, this whole I don't even know what my picks and prediction. I'm just going pick prediction Bardo.
My pick, which I put a question mark next to it because I haven't seen it and I don't really care. But like Elvis, my pick is Elvis because it looked kind of funky. my prediction is Bardo as well. Yeah, because Oscars.
I've seen 3/4 of Bardo. I still need to watch like the last 40 minutes. It's very long.
Yeah, I think
this was also nearly actually a category where I didn't really choose any picks or predictions, and then I was like, maybe I just choose Empire of Light because of who shot it, and then I was like, maybe, and then based on a trailer, I was like, maybe All Quiet on the Western Front, but I honestly I don't know. I don't know. The only film I've seen is Tar.
It's such a whack category. Even Tar, I think, shouldn't be in there.
No,
like,
I don't know. I do not know why Tar is in there at all.
Because it's got a very like good language of cinematography. Like the framing is very precise and like I think it's really well shot, but when you look at some of the other stuff that came out last year, it just has no place. Like we were saying now, where's Nope in any category, but specifically cinematography, like that would have
Yeah.
been the winner,
Yeah,
like
I didn't even get to see and watch it on a big scale like you did in IMAX. I just watched it at home, but even at home, I was like, "Yo, this, like, it, how it's shot added to that film, and it was shot beautifully, and
yeah.
it added to the storytelling and the general
They
feeling
even
of that
like
film, the scale and the
revolutionized
scope."
new. Oh, sorry, you were still
No, that was it. It added to like the scale and scope of everything. It's yeah. I'm also surprised it was nominated for anything.
Yeah, they also like revolutionized new techniques in that film. Like they
Yeah.
did like a whole new way of doing day for night, like so many like interesting, new innovative stuff that they like pioneered just for that movie. And it's just
Even like sound design, like there's just so many
incredible
places it could
sound
have been.
design.
Yeah. So
It's baffling to me that this film, and I told Almar 2 weeks ago, I was like, the Academy is gonna forget that Nope came out last year, and
yeah.
here we are.
It's just strange
Anyway,
because
this
they like recognized Get Out and you know,
and us,
yeah, and us.
and not
So
Nope. Like I feel it's his best movie personally.
mm,
But yeah,
Yeah, but
Bardo
also favorites.
has really like pretty cinematography. It's like Darius Konji doing his best Lubeski impression. Um, but it's very obvious cinematography, if that, for lack of a better term. Like it's like, of course it's nominated kind of movie.
yeah,
So that's the only reason I guess picking that, because it is quite impressive. Some of the opening shot of Bardo is incredible. Like I will give them that. And there's a few sequences in it that's quite impressive. So I'll just go big prediction Bardo.
cool. I've only seen Tar.
Yeah,
on this
I don't
list.
really have a definitive choice. Like I
Such a
said,
whack category, man. Yo,
yeah.
let's move on before I get angry. Okay, costume design. I've got some gaps here, but look, my prediction for this, I think, is Elvis. And my pick is Everything Everywhere All at
my prediction
Um,
is between Elvis and Babylon because I know they're like period, you know, and Babylon seems very lavish and you know, there's obviously a lot of characters.
Once. If it wasn't for Elvis, I would have also said Babylon.
Yeah, and then Elvis has like really distinctive costumes and very
This seems like the
distinctive
Oscar
styling.
costume design pick.
Yeah.
was
And my pick is Everything Everywhere.
was the first Black Panther film also nominated for costume design, and did they win that? Or
I think they
I'm
won.
spitballing here.
They were nominated.
I think they won.
They were also nominated for like production design and
Yeah, I have a feeling that. Yeah, so I thought Black Panther, like for one second, like in terms of prediction, I was like, but also maybe as one of those, we should go for this. But I also I picked Everywhere. I think that's my personal pick. And yeah, in terms of prediction, I was like in between Babylon and Black Panther, which I think is gonna take it. But I think probably Babylon is my Babylon would be my prediction. Everything Everywhere would be my personal pick.
Okay, cool. I don't think we have more to say about that, really. I think all of us have only seen Everything Everywhere there. So. Which I still would have chosen, I think, even if I saw some of the others, because I think it does have incredible costume design. Your directing, do we want to leave that like for right before Best Picture? Let's go on to documentary feature. I have no clue.
I have no picks,
Same.
no anything. I know
Prediction.
nothing about any of these.
I have a prediction, which is Fire of Love. Because I've heard
the name. Oh. I've heard of All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. I have no idea what it's about though. The name sounds cool. So
I've heard of Fire and Love
that's
for like
my pick.
a while. So that would be the prediction.
Yeah.
So I don't have a pick.
And then short documentary.
I'm also saying no idea.
No prediction. Yeah. Film editing.
I feel, even though I haven't seen everything, I feel this is like a very easy win, choice. I think it's gonna be everywhere, and I think it has to be everywhere. And if it's not everywhere, I would be really shocked.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna go. My pick is not everywhere. My pick is Tar. I think Tar is like incredibly well edited. My
and your
prediction:
prediction.
Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, that's okay. My pick is also Tar, and my prediction
Oh,
is
listen to me, Chad.
fuck, I think my internet is. But yeah,
I
my
just feel like they would
prediction.
go for that like big action edit kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't like the editing in Top Gun
Sorry,
Maverick at
Chadlee, you were
all.
saying?
Oh shit, am I like?
Me neither, but
Okay.
I think the Academy will.
Well, I'm so delayed. Actually, let me. Am I like coming in way later
Oh, are
than
we
everyone?
delayed on your side? Like,
I
no,
think
you sound
I'm the one
perfectly fine
that's.
to me.
Am I fine now? Okay. Yeah, my prediction is everything everywhere. My pick is Tar though. I think, yeah, like Weber said, it's like exquisitely edited. It's just like kind of perfectly edited. But I think everything everywhere is a bit more in your face about its editing, and it does a lot, and it does
And it's
everything.
also the editing for
And
that is
the
also like not so moment to moment. It's like the whole flow of the film.
yeah, and also the just the managing all of like the universes and all of those kind of intricate things, and then putting in like lots of detail. I think it's one of those things where
Yeah, you guys
I
have
could
convinced
pick.
me. It's my pick.
I could like pick either of those just because I can see why like Tar is very like precise and very like and then
Precise.
everything everywhere is like the opposite, where it's just like um doing so much and taking so much and
Big
still
swing.
making it work. And yeah,
Yeah.
so either one I'd be
Okay,
happy
well, you've converted me. I'm picking everything ever all at once.
with.
But I still think my prediction is still Top Gun. I think they might just go for that like big. Omar, you said your pick
Everything
and
and
prediction
everything.
also
Yeah,
everything.
prediction and pick is both everything for me.
Okay, international feature film. This is another one where it's like we all know exactly who's going to win this. So I'm just going to go ahead and say my prediction is All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't seen any of them, but I'm
Same.
still going to say my pick is close because I like how it looks.
Same, literally, that was my thing. I was like, I don't. Again, I haven't seen any of them. I predict it's gonna be All Quiet on the Western Front, just from what I've seen and what I really know. I'm looking forward to watching. I'm gonna pick close.
Same.
Let's also just bring up for our resident PogChan Wook fan Almar the absence of
Oh, the
decision.
absence of decision to leave. Yo, yeah. I'm. I don't want to
I
talk
was like
about it because I'm
convinced that's the
angry.
one that's gonna win.
Yeah, you still need to see it. I finally watched it, and yeah, I am. Like I said, I haven't seen any of these others, but I am very upset and shocked that it was nominated. But yeah.
They were like, they told the Korean people, it's like, you had one, don't be greedy.
Also, actually, also another beautifully shot film. So
yeah, that could have been in there instead of any of the fucking
of any of the cinematography list, but yeah.
Chadley, your picks predictions. I'm assuming you're leaning as well to All Quiet for prediction.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of these. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy what you guys said. I've seen the trailer for Close, but that's it. But I heard a lot of things about EO. I think it's about
Me
a
too.
donkey,
It is about a donkey.
maybe.
It's about a what?
It's about a donkey.
Like EO.
Okay.
And that also has like a lot of buzz and a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
So it stands a chance, but it's gonna be All Quiet. Just when
Yeah,
you
it's
look
gonna
at
be
the
All
number
Quiet.
of nominations.
Yeah.
Okay, so makeup and hairstyling. My pick here is the Batman. I love the way they made him look and Colin Farrell. But my prediction is the Whale.
No.
Yeah, my prediction is the
Actually,
Whale.
my prediction is either Elvis or the Whale. I think it could be either of those.
I think the Whale. I don't know, like, I don't know what they look at, like the technical kind of, or do they look at just kind of I think most of these are technical because like All Quiet on the Western Front, I'm assuming there's like violence and like whatever. Black Panther is a weird one. Having seen it, I don't remember anything sticking out like
in terms of
the one guy, I guess the the one guy, I forgot his name, the Namor, whatever. He's got something going on there, but like there's nothing that like stands out. It's just kind of standard makeup, like some like face paint shit. Yeah, either Elvis or the Whale, I think.
Yeah,
I think this could have gone to like, instead of Black Panther, like, even though I haven't seen it, I'm sure something like Blonde could like really fit in well with the category.
Yeah, my personal pick would be Batman. I just because I'm also just thinking as like all around throughout the whole film, you know, like I think just there was a lot more going on, and I was a lot more impressed with several different characters and things and how everything was made. Where prediction wise, I was initially like, oh, you know, maybe it's the Whale, but I think except from Brendan's character, I don't know how intensive makeup and hairstyling necessarily was on other people. So that's one.
Apparently, on him it took a toll.
Say again.
Apparently, it took quite a toll on Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, because he said they adhered to the laws of gravity, so it was actually 300 pounds of like, you know, prosthetics and everything. Okay. But I do think it might be Elvis, just based on a bigger thing. But my personal pick is the Batman. I think it's gonna be the Elvis with a possible the Whale, but Batman would be my pick as well.
Pretty much on the same page there. Yeah. Cool. Anything else to add there for anyone?
No.
Okay, so music original score. Where is Pinocchio? First of all. Second of all,
I don't like the music, so I'm like, nah.
Not the
score, I guess.
Score,
yeah, sorry.
Score itself.
Yeah.
And I like some of the songs. Child Papa is a very catchy, which I'm very surprised wasn't nominated for best song either, by the way. This, I think, for me personally, my pick would be John Williams for The Fabelmans, just because of what it means and what it represents, and it is a beautiful score. It's very subtle, like it's not your typical John Williams score. It's very like underneath the surface of the film, which I think is at this point in his career interesting thing to do, knowing he's the guy that has these big themes. But I think my prediction is Babylon. Even though I haven't seen it, it's about time Justin Hurwitz gets another.
My pick is Everything Everywhere. I think it's like of this like selection, I think it's the most like different and interesting, and like I don't know, there was like a different energy to it that I don't get with these other. Like I don't even know why Banshees is on here, to be honest. Like it was the that
was initially gonna be my pick. I was like, I really enjoyed the score, and I was like, oh wait, it's just actually the same one song that
the same theme, like
theme.
To be honest, I would put Glass Onion in here. I really like the Glass Onion score.
Oh yeah, that could fit in here. And then my prediction is The Fabelmans, because John Williams.
I would personal pick would be Everything Everywhere. It's just like you said, it was just like something different, and it just made me felt like something new almost. Also haven't seen it, but I think my prediction would be it might be Babylon. I would like to see Everything take that.
I think this is a controversial opinion. I'm not like the biggest fan of Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's like, okay, that's saying it wrong. The music is great and it works really well for the film, but in terms of like the best scores of the year, I don't think I would have personally put it in there.
No, it's just that it's that one that also just really sticks with me.
It's the one that made an
impression on me.
Um,
Yeah.
but also, I want to live in the alternate universe where Everything Everywhere All at Once was composed by Emile Misery, because I don't know, it just feels like perfect for his style. Anyway, I guess we can move on from that.
Cool.
Music
Original
original song.
song.
This is gonna go to Lady Gaga. That's my prediction.
Oh, I
I
don't
don't.
This is
agree.
alive.
I don't agree. Um, my prediction is "Lift Me Up" by Rihanna. I don't like this song at all, but it's like the biggest song on this list. Just yeah. And my pick is "This Is a Life." I think it's "This Is the Life" is the best song like
Yeah, I'm agreed with
on
you
this
there.
list. I don't remember the Top Gun song at all. Like I don't.
It's Lady Gaga.
It
It's
didn't
like,
stick. I know. Like,
hold my
um,
hand, hold my hand.
I don't even know
My
what
mom listens to it.
I don't even know what applause is. I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
So
Natu, fans of trans, you saw RRR.
I so badly saw when I
I
watched
saw
that.
it. Yeah.
So,
I've seen it. I think I don't think that's gonna win. Oh, I don't know.
how is it?
They won
though?
the Golden
Do you-
Globe, so
Do you think it deserves to
it's
be
like
on this list?
it's a Bollywood number. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a Bollywood. It's not like something I'm gonna listen to.
Okay.
I think it's also like kind of different to all of these. All of these are like songs that play in the credits or something. Like,
Yeah,
whereas
It's like
that's a
a
musical number.
movie
It's a
song.
musical number. There's like a musical. There's like a scene, like a dance.
Yeah.
A whole thing.
Which is why I thought like Ciao Papa would be in here for Pinocchio.
Yeah, but I think just based on how this is normally given out, I guess for the most part it's like these kind of separate songs that kind of have their own life.
Yeah.
So I think this, yeah, I really want This Is Alive because I like David Byrne and Japanese Breakfast.
It's like the only song of these that
And-
I actually have like spent time listening. So
Yeah.
that's a pick, obviously as well. Lift Me Up I wasn't aware of, but now that you mention it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely that.
It's huge. It's like plays on the radio and shit.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard it at all, but I've heard Hold My Hand, so that's why I was going for that. Omar?
Yeah, personal pick would be This Is Alive. Prediction, I haven't even heard it, but a part of me is like, maybe it's gonna be Lift Me Up. But also just based on what Chadley kind of said now.
Yeah.
I also don't really listen to radio, but yeah, if it fits those usual little boxes that it ticks for what the general vibe of who's gonna win the song is, then it's probably gonna be Black Panther. But
The
yeah.
song's also connected to like the passing of Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, it's
so,
gonna win.
so there's that.
But yeah, personal pick. This Is Alive. Prediction. Lift Me Up.
I think we're all in agreement there. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Production design.
So wait, are you changing from your Gaga choice?
Yes. Okay, production design. Interesting category.
I don't fucking know.
I would like this to go to the Fablemans because it's the one I've seen, but also because I think it's got great production design and it's not like the kind of in-your-face production design as a lot of these others. It's a lot more like recreating a feeling, which I think is more subtle and very like hard to do as a production designer. And it's also like recreating actual real spaces that existed. So I would say that, but I think it's probably going to go to Babylon.
I put Babylon as my prediction. Yeah, I don't have a pick because the only thing I've seen is Avatar, and I don't know how that works. Like I don't know
Yeah, I
how
mean,
production design works. in that.
Yeah, I think my prediction would be Babylon. I think my personal pick isn't on the list, but
hey, that's cheating.
But out of the list, I guess I've only seen the Fablemans, I guess, but that wouldn't even be my pick. I think the Batman. This is another category that the Batman.
Yeah, I was going to
should
say
have been
that.
nominated for. I think that just the production design on the Batman is incredible. Like the way they created that world and like also the general feeling it gives you.
I agree. If we're going to pick some things that weren't nominated, then I would pick Pinocchio. But
But I mean, but then I can only say my personal pick would be Fablemans because it's the only thing I've seen. But I think it's gonna be Babylon.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So short animated. I haven't seen any of these, but I've heard of Ice Merchants. So
I want my Year of Dicks to win, so that they have to say that
Yes,
like
Yes,
the-
so
that's
that they have to
that's
say
on
what
the
exactly
stage.
my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know any of this, but I want my Year of Dicks to win because I want to hear them announce that as the winner.
Okay, so I'm also gonna say that then. My pick is my Year of Dicks, but my prediction is Ice Merchants because it's the one I've heard of.
And then oof,
Short form?
live action shorts.
I haven't
What's that?
seen any of
Didn't pick anything, and I thought the Red Suitcase was a nice name.
it. So prediction, pick, Red Suitcase, all
Cool.
across.
Yeah.
Sound. Where
Um,
is no?
an Irish goodbye? Just that sounds like some like
That's that's the short form that's that's the short form they based Banshees on, maybe. I have no
Yes.
idea.
It's a prequel.
Yeah, Nope, eh? Nope
Where
has
the-
to be on this list.
It's like
It's kind of insane
incredible
that it's
sound.
not on here.
Oh, we
The
had
things
sound,
they
right?
did with like Jean Jacket and how it like is there from the start of the film and like comes back
Yeah.
later in a way where it's contextualized. It's not just technically good sound design, it's like thematically good sound design. It's like
Yeah.
storytelling device, you know? So yeah, another snub for Nope.
No,
But out of the
big
things
snub.
that are here, I'm gonna say pick prediction the Batman.
I am picking the Batman. My prediction is Top Gun Maverick, just because it's kind of
Whooshy,
like immersive and like
plain whooshes.
I mean it helps with like it helps that a lot of it is like real, I guess, but like yeah, the sound really like puts you in there. But I would say the Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman had like this like it sounds like relentless, like it's
Yeah,
just
it's got an actual like weight to the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Chadley. Like personal pick is the Batman. I think Top Gun is my prediction. I think Top Gun is gonna take sound.
Okay, well then we'll move on to visual effects. I wonder who's gonna win this one. I guess I'll go prediction Avatar. Surprise, surprise. I haven't seen Avatar, so I can't pick that. If I had seen it, I probably would have picked it because even though it's not the type of film I'm really like
Yeah,
interested in,
that's where I'm
you
at.
can't deny how incredible the visual effects
Yeah.
are. But seeing as I haven't seen it, I will go the Batman for my pick.
Yeah, I said pick prediction Avatar. It is just like yeah, it's another level. It's like unmatched. Black Panther again in I don't agree. Like there were so many parts of that movie where I was like, yikes! Like this looks like TV,
And
like rushed.
I also haven't.
And that's a common theme with Marvel films.
Yeah,
where
I haven't seen Black Panther yet, but even like based off of the recent Marvel films I've seen, I've actually, like generally like across the board, I feel like the effects have actually gotten worse than what they were
definitely
in the whole like Endgame phase of everything. So I definitely wouldn't pick that. So when you're telling me that there were some bits in Black Panther where you were like, I very much
a lot of
believe
it, a
you,
lot of
yeah.
bits.
But my prediction I guess is Avatar, but
Did you guys hear James
I would put
Cameron?
Nope on this list as well.
Yes,
oh,
100%.
absolutely, yeah. I can't believe
Did you
that
guys
they
hear
said
James
that.
Cameron's rant about like people comparing the visual effects in Avatar to the visual effects in Endgame? And he was like, "You're
Oh,
comparing
no.
me to that purple fucking."
Yeah, I think like Endgame, Infinity War, like that was kind of the peak, and then I don't know, did they run out of money or something?
Yeah, I don't.
They just now they're doing too many TV shows and shit as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, so I think
prediction would be Avatar again. If I had seen it, I probably would have also, like Kobus said, I would have chosen Avatar. But seeing as I've only seen Batman and Top Gun, I'll go with Batman. But I know it's going to be Avatar, and that would have been my pick had I seen it. So yeah.
Okay, well then let's move on. Writing adapted screenplay. My pick is Glass Onion. My prediction is Women Talking.
Exact same pick a prediction. Um, yeah, I think I don't know. It's so dumb, but I feel like Women Talking has a lot of talking in it.
It
And so
does,
I
and
think
it is that movie. It's the screenplay movie of the year.
yeah, it's like I could see like I don't know about Living. That would be cool. Living would be cool. Uh, you know. But yeah, my pick is Glass Onion. It was really fun. It's also like kind of they're kind of bringing mid-budget movies back.
Yeah,
I
and I
like what
like
Glass
how
Onion like
that they will.
represents.
I like that they're nominating something that's a bit more poppy and
Yeah,
fun, and jumps off the page in an exciting way, not just like prestige drama.
yeah.
Uh,
Why the fuck is Top Gun Maverick on this list?
Right?
yeah, like I
Put
was
like Pinocchio on you.
after like seeing the nominations in this list, I was like, oh man, I really wish like I could get around to actually watching Living, because I really want to be able to have an opinion on that, because I don't know, a part of me is like I want to be able to watch that to really be able to possibly pick it, but yeah,
Pick
like
it,
I said,
yeah.
we haven't. So again, I've seen Glass Onion and I've seen Top Gun, so I would go with Glass Onion, even though I'm not like fully behind that choice. Prediction, I don't know anything about Woman Talking, but it sounds like it checks all the boxes. So prediction,
The
Woman
thing
Talking.
about Women Talking is it's a movie I've been hearing about for almost
Yeah.
a year. Like I started hearing about
Same.
it when it did all the festival runs. And the thing that everyone is talking about is the dialogue and like the way that
Yeah.
and it is the
The women
title is
talking.
the movie. It is women. That's what the movie is about. It's about women having a conversation about like a pivotal event in their community. So it just seems like the obvious choice.
Ooh.
All right, so I guess
Sick.
we'll go on to original screenplay.
Yeah.
So
Pick and prediction Banshees. Yeah. I don't even really think Triangle of Sadness should necessarily be here. Nor do I think Everything Everywhere All at Once should be here. Even though I love that movie, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see that being here.
I disagree completely. I
But I
would
don't
say
know.
my pick is Everything Everywhere All at Once, and my prediction
Okay.
is Banshees.
Yeah, my pick is Everything. Your prediction, it's between Everything and Banshees for me. I'm
I
like
think
really
if there's one
split
award
that.
that Banshees is gonna take, it's gonna be this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really
Really
is such a
strong
very like
script.
interesting and original screenplay. It really it really fits the nominated title. But I mean,
Yeah.
I feel in the same way. That's how I feel about Everything as well. Though I'm like,
Same.
it fits exactly this nomination. But yeah, personal pick Everything. Just because I'm gonna say prediction is Banshees. I'll predict Banshee. Personal pick Everything.
Actually, I'm gonna change my pick to Tar because I think that's like one of the most well-written films I've seen in a long time. Yeah, I'm gonna say pick Tar, predictions Banshees. Right, so
So
let's move
we
on.
have directing and best picture left, right?
Yep, so
Yeah.
let's do directing.
Just before I might not. I know. Let me just check this meeting quick.
Got
I don't know
6
how.
minutes.
6 minutes left.
Okay, we might be able to. Charlotte, we don't have anything to close off. Okay, let's just go directing.
Yeah.
Okay, so for directing, I have a pretty clear bias going on here. My pick is Steven Spielberg. My prediction is Steven Spielberg.
My pick is Steven Spielberg, even though I haven't seen the film. My prediction is Daniels, but it could also be Todd Field, maybe. But
I feel like this is the one that they're gonna like give to Spielberg as his like career award.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm fine with those. I wouldn't be fine with
Ruben
Banshees, even though I mean, actually, I'm fine. These are fine. These are like okay. Like I don't mind, but I would like it to go to either Fablemans or Everything
So
Everywhere.
I just quickly, before Omar,
preferably.
before you get into yours, I just quickly want to say that there are two very big snubs for me in this category. Like big ones. Like that really
Jordan
deserve-
Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Take out Ruben Östlund and put Jordan Peele there. Take out
Yeah.
Martin McDonough and put Charlotte Wells there for After
Oh yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. My personal pick. My personal pick would be the Daniels for Everything Everywhere. My prediction is still kind of Daniels, but I am also in the thing of like, is this going to be the Spielberg one, because just of the type of film it is and the point in his career, but I'm still gonna go prediction and pick the Daniels. But it's
Right,
probably
so
gonna
it's
be
the big one.
Spielberg.
I think it's like almost a shoe-in. All right, Best Picture. Interesting list. I think there's some stuff like 2 or 3 things that shouldn't be here. But I'm overall happy with some of the stuff that did end up making it in. There are some clear snubs. Let's go back to Nope, After Sun. But in terms of the stuff that is there, I'm gonna say prediction, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I'm gonna say pick Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Same. I would love All Quiet on the Western Front to win. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, same. I was picking
yeah.
prediction, Everything Everywhere.
I think they're gonna take it. I think it's got the
It's-
momentum.
Yeah, and I know obviously people like to say, like, you know, for awards, it's like popularity contest and stuff. I was like, but besides this, I think besides the fact of everything, which I think for the most part has been so universally loved, and it is also the popular one, it also completely has all the merit to back that up. Like, I think it absolutely deserves it out of
This is
everything I've seen,
why
and I've seen a bunch of these. Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
why I'm okay with. I would be fine with Spielberg winning director and the Daniels winning best picture, because I do think Spielberg kind of deserves that directing award for The Fablemans. I think he put so much of his heart and soul into that movie.
But I guess we'll
And
find out
everything-
on Sunday, March 12th. Still got a while to wait.
So wait, Chadlee, did you said also pick and prediction, Everything Everywhere?
Yeah.
But
100%
agree
on
with
that
what you said.
one.
That's another interesting year for Oscar nominations. Some
Yeah.
clear upsets and some pretty good surprises as well, like there always is. But yeah, I guess the important thing to remember is that none of them really matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's just the awards.
So, do you guys have anything else to say about the Oscar noms before we wrap up?
One thing I would say, okay, but now looking at the list, it's a very strong list of competing lead actresses. But also it's not the kind of film that would get nominated. But I will say, Mia Goth's performance in X, not in X,
Pearl.
in Pearl,
Pearl.
was to me a pretty amazing performance. She really pulled out some fucking chops there. But I mean that list is so
snubs
big
for you-
though. So I'm like,
biggest snubs for you guys. If you have to choose 1 or 2 movies, that's like
Batman
biggest-
in a bunch of categories, and Nope not being nominated at all.
Nope.
Batman, Nope for me in like all the categories,
Yeah.
and After Sun in like all.
Yeah, definitely Nope as well. I think that it just doesn't make any sense to me how it's just not like being nominated for anything at all is super strange to me.
Yeah, that's the Oscar nominations for 2023, and then after the ceremony is, we'll do another one of these. And
Yeah, maybe somebody get you back for that one, Chadlee, because
that'd be
we did it together, and then we can discuss.
That's the idea.
Oh, wait, like
All right, well then that's it for us. Let's check off before this ends.
oh, wait. All right.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.